Auzu billahi minashaitanirrajim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. I hope everybody is fine and healthy. So let's start. Today we will start with a new topic that is known as the cycloconverter. But before starting this topic, I have a question. If you want to convert the frequency of an AC signal, what you will do? Or what do let me rephrase the question. If you have an AC signal of one frequency, how you will convert it into AC signal of different frequency, of another frequency? First, what you will do? You will convert that AC signal into DC signal using a rectifier, and then using an inverter, you can invert that DC signal into a different frequency. But this overall system becomes very bulky and it contains a lot of harmonics. So basically, cycloconverter provides a solution of converting the frequency of an AC signal. So let's move towards the introduction of cycloconverter. The basic function of cycloconverter is to convert an alternating input voltage of one frequency to an alternating voltage of an other frequency. What does it mean? That the output and input frequency are different in cycloconverter. Its essential feature is that it contains only one stage of power conversion, which consists in its basic form in array of thyristor switches. So in cycloconverter, what we have an array of thyristor switches, and by opening and closing these thyristor switches, we can have the we can have AC output voltage of different frequency. How? We will discuss it later. So if you see the block diagram of cycloconverter, what we have over here, we have an input frequency and we have an output frequency. This input frequency can either be this output frequency can either be less than the input frequency, and this output frequency can be greater than the input frequency, depending upon the mode of operation of thyristor. We will see this all, that how the frequency is changing. Let's move toward the basic operation of this cycloconverter. The basic principle of operation is to fabricate a rough output voltage waveform having a desired frequency directly from the input wave simply by opening and closing the switches within the converter in an appropriate manner. As I have already discussed, in the first approach, what we are doing, we are producing the AC output voltage of different frequencies using a DC signal. Okay, but in cycloconverter, we are producing the AC signal of variable frequency directly from the input wave, and this wave can then further be filtered out, and we can have a high quality of waveform. So this is basically a rough principle of cycloconverter. Okay, moving towards the types of cycloconverter, we can have a step up operation in which the output frequency is greater than the input frequency of the AC signal, and we can have a step down cycloconverter in which the output frequency is less than the input frequency. We will discuss the both type of cycloconverter one by one. So first, we will discuss the basic principle of a step up cycloconverter. So this is our step up cycloconverter. What we have? We have an AC signal over here. This configuration of transformer is known as the midpoint configuration or the center tap transformer. Okay, so that is our transformer. Okay, here we have a pair of thyristor over here and a pair of thyristor over here. The, the above one are known as the positive thyristor. Okay, and the bottom one are known as the negative pair of thyristor. Okay, T1 and T2 are the positive thyristors and T3 and T4 are negative thyristor. What does it positive and negative mean? We will discuss it soon. Okay. So let's see the operation of a step-up cycloconverter. During the positive half cycle, what we have positive at the A point and negative at the B point. In this case, during the positive cycle, T1 is forward bias and T4 is forward bias. Okay, during a positive cycle. So what we will do, first we will turn on the thyristor T1. So what will happen? Our current will start from here because T1 is conducting, pass through T1. It goes towards the load over here. This is our positive, this is our positive, and this is our negative. And what we will have? We will have this portion of the waveform. Okay. Sorry. Before moving forward, I want to discuss this wave. Okay. So what I have done over here, this is our sine wave. I have divided this sine wave into 6 time period: T1, T2, T3, T4, T5, T6. And at different instance, I will be on and off. I will be opening and closing the thyristor switches. Okay. So during T1, what I am doing, I am turning on the thyristor T1. So during this conduction, I will have this part of the waveform. Now at T1, what I am doing, okay, I am by forced commutation, I am repeating, by forced commutation, I am turning off this thyristor T1. I am turning off this thyristor and I am turning on this thyristor T4. This thyristor, okay. From 0 to T1, thyristor T1 is conducting, okay. Now at T1, by force commutation, I am turning off the thyristor T1 and I am applying the gate signal at T4.